Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast, Spiritual Sense. Okay, it is my podcast, Spiritual Sense, and in this podcast, I go over a variety of topics in relation to the paranormal. I speak on things such as demonology, angels, spirit guides. I also go over information in regards to near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, and I incorporate tarot card reading into this podcast as well as this YouTube webinar as well. Okay, so we will proceed. So today is Friday, which is December the 10th, and I'm going to do a daily reading for today. I'm going to use two decks of cards for my tarot card reading. Okay. So I would like to mention that this podcast is optional, it's for entertainment purposes. The same old lingo that I always try to mention in my podcast. If just so happened that this podcast is in relation to something that you are experiencing or dealing with or maybe applicable to you, that may be by chance or by happenstance. Okay. I don't snoop up or pry or probe into anybody's personal life or personal affairs and then begin to present it in front of them. It's I also like to mention that I do watch other podcasts, webinars or presentations, just for, just to get some tips or in terms of what I want to do for my personal self. I don't use those things in this broadcast or podcast or webinar. Okay, so I like that to be known because I don't want people to feel as though I'm franchising. And the reason why I bring this topic up because a suggestion did come across my screen in regards to persons that does that, and I want it to be known that I have no need to steal anything from you or anybody else, and I want that to be known. I have used some of the things that you can go out there on the web, logos and things of that nature in reference to my podcasting, as well as for my web presentation. Now these things are on the web. You can purchase a lot of these things for your presentation. You also can use these things for free. Okay, and I have done one or both as such. Okay, so now let me proceed on. I felt the need to address that because when something comes in, I would already know when it's specifically directed towards me. You don't have to tell me that the Spirit of God will let me know. Okay, so that's why I'm responding. Typically, when I don't respond, it's because it's not applicable to me. Okay. All right, so we're going to go and we're going to proceed now. So before I go into my podcast and this webinar presentation, Spiritual Sense, I like to say, Father, Supreme Being of all being. I don't know what I'm doing this reading on today, but I do feel like it is it's a relevant reading. And many people may not want to listen to this. And if you don't want to listen, you can tune out. Okay, so let me proceed. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so today the reading is being done. I have the Page of Pentacles listed here as what the reading is on. It says 1 woman to 25 years, student male or female. Also, I have the barrier being the Hermit card right here, the Hermit card, which is the obstacle or barrier. And it mentions his loneliness, unattached, soul searching, time needed, or time alone. Above that card, I have card 3, which is King of Wands, man over 25, says green eyes, blonde to red hair, restless, outspoken, ambitious. I have the root of the issue, or what the problem is, if there is a problem. Queen of Cups, woman to 25 or woman over 25, blue eyes, fair or brown hair, soft, gentle, motherly. To the left, I have 10 of Cups, happiness, good things, party or celebration. To the right, I have King of Pentacles, man over 25, dark eyes and dark hair, business, arrogance, and powerful. Okay, so again, I want it to be known to those individuals who may be tuning in. If it's something on this webinar presentation that you're not too fond of, or you're not too concerned with, you do not have to listen in. You can tune out. Okay, plain and simple. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm typically not a nasty person. But somehow people feel like the need to want to control me or always have something critical to say about me or what have you, which I could care less about that. But when it gets to be overbearing to where it's disrespectful, that's when I feel the need to say things as such, okay? Because I'm not concerned with how you feel I should be as an LPN or as a nurse, because I'm like this. A lot of times people don't have respect for you, and then when you do something to the contract, then they'll say, well, are you not acting in accordance to being an LPN or a nurse? Well, then if I'm not acting in accordance to being a nurse, but then why I'm not being respected as a nurse as such? Why does it take me to add so-called, unethical in order for you to recognize what an LPN or a nurse is? You catch my drift? So I'm not trying to make a point, but I guess in a sense I am trying to make a point. Okay, so let me proceed. Okay, so what we have here in this reading, I feel like this reading is in regards to somebody who is feeling alone right now. Like, I feel like it's someone who's having some concerns about being alone. And I feel like this is somebody who is in a relationship with somebody that she does not desire to continue to be in this relationship. That's what I feel. I feel like this person has some anxieties about her relationship, is what I feel. It appears that this person is in a relationship with an older person. Is what I show. Like, I show that this person is in a relationship with somebody that's older than her. And the issue is, I feel as though her mother doesn't approve of this relationship. Like, this is a reading in regards to a woman, not a girl, a woman who is in a relationship with somebody that is older, and the mother does not approve of that relationship. Like, she doesn't feel as though this guy is right for her daughter. That's what I feel. I feel like it's something. I feel like the relationship is a front, to be honest with you. and I feel as though the mother does not, the mother is afraid for her daughter being in this relationship because the relationship is a front, plain and simple. Like her daughter is being used as a front. That's what I feel. I feel like it's somebody that's business. I feel like and it's so funny because what comes to mind as these cards are laying here, is, to me, it seems as though it will be the same or similar to the situation that happened with Aaliyah, based on the cards that I have laid here. And I don't like doing readings on, like, personal readings, um, such as on celebrities and things like that. But what you would begin to recognize is this is the cycle of life. This is how life happens. You're going to always find some type of thing that's going to fit. And when you begin to get older in life, God will reveal to you that what happened with this situation, you will begin to see it in other situations. And oftentimes, this is what the celebrities are being used as. Their images are being used, and many people haven't grasped that concept, like they don't understand that. Like they use them simply for their image. They're being paid for their image as such. And that could be on a, like, paid because of their vanity, and paid because of the images that God used in situations that presents themselves will be applicable to your everyday walks of life type of situations. It's how it works. But I do feel as though this is a situation that you will find over and over again, where girl meets boy type of deal. But this is a situation where this is a grown person, like a grown woman. Like this is a grown woman. I feel as though she had some disagreements, or not necessarily disagreements because she's a grown woman, but I feel like she doesn't have that family support. I feel like as a younger person, she was like that as well. She didn't have the family support, anybody that would, that stood behind her to give her the support she needed. And in turn, she ended up turning to a lifestyle, because I do have this alternative lifestyle or alternative or paranormal type of card here, in my reading that comes up. And I believe that as a result, she turned to this older person. I don't want to say that it's some type of pimping type of situation, but ultimately that's what I feel like it is. So I feel as though it was a situation where this person met this guy in her younger youth years, because there was some disagreements with her family and her mother, and as a result, she ended off getting off into this pimping and as such type of thing, like a form of prostitution or trafficking or whatever the case may be. I feel like this person is has some security issue. Like I feel like she deals with this person because of that lack of security. Like she doesn't feel safe. Um I do feel as though this person was victimized multiple times. Multiple times. And as a result of that, the very people that was supposedly trying to protect her mobbed her and used the very ones that was supposed to be her security blanket or her cover and they in turn did essentially did the same thing. That's what I feel. I show that she's surrounded by, I have, which is card 8. It says 9 of Cups, improvements underway, feeling smug or pleased. I feel like she's surrounded by, I see a whole bunch of misogynistic type of people around her. That's what I see. And it's so funny because I feel like a lot of them was telling on what was going on with them and people wasn't paying attention. That's what I'm getting at. Like, I feel like this is somebody in the industry telling on the industry. And they did it in a tactful way and to where people just simply weren't paying attention to it. Like they just, they just went right along with it. It also lets me know that this is how a lot of things that happen on these movie sets as such as well. And you have to be very careful when you're doing a lot of these B movies and, as such, because these so-called extras, a lot of them people don't know who these people are. Some of these people just show up. So somehow I feel like I'm being pulled because I feel like the energy is being pulled somewhere else. Because I have some people that come to mind, but I also have the energy being pulled towards somebody that's on the other side. It says, if you begin to pay attention to a lot of things, if you pay attention to what's going on in the background, it's going to tell on itself. If you just simply sit back and pay attention to life, it's going to tell on itself. It's what she lets me know. And I feel like I'm pulling off a female spirit right now. Like she letting me know, if you pay attention what happens in the background, it's going to tell on itself. That's what she lets me know. She said this is something that's been transpiring in Hollywood for quite some time. And you'll be very surprised as to how one thing over here will tells on what happens over there. And I think she tells me this is why you will see similarities in things to see if one is telling on the other. Meaning if this in fact spirit or is this somebody playing? So to speak, she said this has been going on for years. There have been reports of this for years that a lot of the things that are actually happening are the same people who are in role, but they put it on camera and do it in such a way to where people don't even pay it no attention. Like they're simply telling you and showing you what it is. And she said, I get paid to be victimized. And now somebody else come to mind. Now somebody else come to mind. She said, I get paid to be victimized. And God, let me knock on wood because, it's horrible. She said, this has been going on for quite some time. And she said, this is why we require so much extravagance. And we look for people to see through it all. But the exaggeration and extravagance is to get you to pay attention. Plain and simple. When there's a extravagance or in certain things, that's God's way of showing you need to pay attention. Trust and believe it. I am not stealing nothing from anybody. This is called the Spirit of God. A person may let me explain something to you. I don't have to steal anything from anybody. I don't. I do work a 9 to 5. That's not to say the next person doesn't. So I'm not trying to be offensive to you or anybody else. I'm just letting you know that this is how the Spirit of God will work and happen. It will happen to us all. We all have been saying some of the same similar things. And this is how spirit and spirituality works, because they try to get you along to where you think it's just you. That's why they try to keep you from interacting and communicating, because you don't, to keep you from taking notes and networking. So you can think it's just you that's dealing with this. And they can continue to perpetuate in your own mindset and guilt and inner feelings. This is how they control you and break you, plain and simple. And when you have had this to happen to you over and over again, it don't even phase you anymore. This is what this I'm pulling out for somebody's spirit that is still around. But I am also have somebody that's on the other side that visits. Actually, it's 2 people from the other side that visits and tells me this. She said it's been going on for years. And they will make it apparent to you, you keep your mouth shut. And that goes to show you how people don't pay attention. They don't pay attention to how life truly works. Part 9, hopes, fears, and dreams. When I get that card, it's in relation to tolerance. It says money restrictions, testing the waters. You're gonna find that even the angels, so-called angels in heavens, as they say, can't be trusted. They are not on the same team. Cannot be trusted. They put it on God, told you to, you tell it on dad, so to speak. Meaning you tell it on God. When you begin to say things and mention things out in the universe, they can allow some things to happen to you. Because they'll say you telling on dad, you telling on God. Plain and simple. She tells me, yes, you are taught that early in life. You are groomed early in life. You keep things on the inside, is what they told her. Said, because you're telling on dad, meaning you're telling on God. That is a language that is understood and not spoken, baby. Plain and simple. Let's see. The outcome, young man to 25 years, needing more confidence. I'm going to pull some more of my cards, and so I can get more clarity on this situation, because I do feel as though a lot of people haven't grasped that understanding as to how life works and how we process information and how this life experience is such as that. A lot of people haven't grasped that. And I'm not saying that you're not capable. You have to be receptive to those spirits, but when you begin to open up that portal as such, then it will become apparent to you as to what that is. Okay, so we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Right now, I feel like it's I feel as though there is an investigation that's going on right now in the entertainment industries. Right now, I do. I feel as though because of this, This is why they try to discourage people from speaking on such things, because a lot of these people have taken are pinpointing people within the country, I feel, and providing personalized messages to these people. Then they turn around and call them crazy and foolish and all kind of stuff. And when you begin to believe everything that is told to you, you have to ask God, okay, how can I know if this is not just pinpointed towards me versus something else? You see what I'm saying? Like, how do I not know that I've been tagged as such and this information is just pinpointed towards me? And it may not necessarily be information in relation to, what I do for a living, but, just erroneous information. How do I know? But I feel as though what I was mentioning about the lady, I just put it this way. I feel like there's some trafficking and some things that are going on in the entertainment industry, and I just put it at that. Now, this is my personal opinion. I don't want to be a part of nobody's investigation. I'm not I'm not a psychic detective. I have not been legally trained to do so. Okay, so that's why I keep continue to say that I feel that this podcast, as well as this webinar, under my spiritual sense, is for entertainment purposes. But getting back to the beginning of the reading, she lets me know that it's a lot of trafficking in that entertainment industry. It is a joke. Plain and simple, it's a joke for most of the people. And that's why you have so much mockery and confusion, because they tell you one thing and then turn around and do something else. It's a joke. And if somebody in there and they got all this super extravagance, you begin to scratch your head and wonder, what are they doing? And that's why they began to get rid of so-called quote unquote records, because they wanted to track to see, is these people actually making money off of the sales of their work, like the fruits of their labor. Okay, so I have the barrier. This is the issue. Now, when I get this card, it's in representation of signs around what God's been showing signs. He's been giving signs around this industry. He's been giving the signs in the media, and this is how he communicates via the media, via all different types of vessels. And so we have had some signs to happen, and that's where the media come into place. Those who work in the mass communications and the media, that's when they will come into place, where God has placed attention towards the situation, and this is how it works. This is how it happens. Okay, because it is a battle of the spiritual warfare. It is a battle against good versus evil, angels versus demons, however you want to put it. So, but I have this card too as the barrier or blockage, meaning God's been putting signs around, but a lot of them are not catching it. It's the point. Like, it takes somebody who can really get engaged to get it. Just like how I just mentioned to you that these things are occurring right there before your eyes, and people are not paying any attention. And how, people that are traumatized and victimized are able to compartmentalize trauma, particularly when it's been done over and over and over again. Like they have broke down, like this is it. There's nothing else to it, to where it's okay. Like they have put it in a small spot in the back of their mind, and it's okay. So we have card 3, what is above? Okay, so Queen of Swords. This is something I feel as though it's an older woman who wants me to get this message out about how it is in the industry. Meaning I'm speaking to her inner child, so to speak. Like I honestly feel like this is something that she wants me to convey on her behalf. She having some concerns about it because I don't feel like she got in the industry young off. I feel as though she, was fully capable. I feel as though this person who got in the industry was actually somebody that got in there to investigate the industry and became a part of that facade. Like she came in there kind of sort of like an FBI agent would go in to snoop and gather information and to keep from blowing the cover, end up becoming a part of her own investigation, like becoming her own self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak. So I feel as though now that I'm, my spirit is being pulled, and I do feel like I'm speaking to somehow a cop. I feel like I'm speaking to a cop who is no longer like that's on the other side that steps in. And this is kind of strange because I'm not reaching. I'm not. This is information that gets pulled into my spirit. I feel like I'm speaking to a cop who, okay, she was to me, it's like she was a cop and she worked in the industry. But she didn't go in as a young girl. Feel like she come in there to investigate young girls being traumatized in the entertainment industry, meaning a movie as well as music entertainment. And as a result, something happened with her and she ended up getting killed. That's what I feel. I feel like a man was over this situation. Like it could very well be in, I said like a pimp, may not necessarily been a pimp, but it was somebody that was over this situation. Her mom did not approve of her. Her mom was not in agreement with her doing this because she knew it was going to transpire. It wasn't. It wasn't going to be good because when you are backed up, when you are um going against the grain, so to speak, it could be very dangerous. And you'll see why people typically don't care and it continues to perpetuate itself over and over again. You cannot be the one to go against the grain, baby, because you'll find many of the ones that sit and talk a good game, they'll turn on you like the twinkling of an eye. And I think this is a situation that happened with this person. She was very concerned about going into the industry. She was trained somehow with a background in law enforcement, I feel. And she went into the industry, and I think her focus was, on the young girls. and something ended up happening to her. That's what I feel. And I feel like I'm pulling off of somebody's spirit. I don't know who it is. I feel like it's a cop. I don't know what cop. There nothing comes to mind. I feel like it's a cop. The root of the issue. I have the Three of Cups, is what I have listed here. Something is telling me that they reeled her in and sat her up. That's what I'm gathering. Like they reeled her in and sat her up. I have the Two of Cups to my left. And I have the Tower. I feel like something is telling me that she was sought up by somebody that she worked with. That's what it's letting me know. I feel as though somebody that she worked with sought her up. That's what I feel like. And they thought she was being nosy. In other words, prying into things that don't need to be like they put like kind of like you know lay everything out for the person, and then they I just laid it, gave you the tools, and you used it yourself, so to speak, because you already know you don't do this. Is what that was. And I think that's what they did to this lady. Attitude is Empress. I feel as though they did it to her because of her mouth, meaning talk. She liked to talk. I feel as though they did that to her because of her mouth, meaning talked. She was too vocal. She talked too much, so to speak. That's what they did. Card 8, 9 of Pentacles. I feel like they a lot of them around her somehow was trying to get to her to let her know leave this situation alone. But somehow she was compelled. And I feel like it could have been, out of true and utter concern, trying to build some type of a rapport with someone like yourself, being a mother, and you see somebody who see their daughter or niece or whomever going off into something that wouldn't be right for them. It would be natural, human nature, that you would empathize with that person and try to, do things in accordance to what you would want somebody to do for you. That's natural. But then they had to let her know, and I feel like they did enlighten her and let her know, look, you cannot, some things are the way they are. Plain and simple. And you cannot come in here and try to be a warrior, so to speak. you up against you are up against the wrong thing. And I think as a result, something ended up happening to this woman. And I feel like she was caught. Like I started off mentioning about, I feel like a lot of these um entertainment industries are under investigation or, you know, legal oversight. And she was able to get in, and as a result, something ended up happening to her. I really do feel like that. Card 9, hopes, fears, and dreams. She's letting me know that it is an illusion. She said it is an illusion. Just simply put your clothes on or your uniform on and go to work and then come home. She said, I learned that lesson the hard way. She said, I had to learn that lesson the hard way. So somehow something happened with her. And I'm trying to see. It was somebody. It was somebody that she worked with that did this to her. That's what happened. The outcome, I feel as though they know who did it. However, this person will not be brought to justice in this lifespan. And I'll leave it at that. Like they know who did this to her, but he will never be brought to justice. And it's not just him, it's a combination. That's how come it's too complex. That's why they can't put it on one particular people, because it's a group of them that did it. It came together as a group, and if you are the weakest link and it's up everything, then they'll put it on you. What they'll do. But it was a group of them that came together and did this to this woman. And I think they did this because number one, they're that misogynistic viewpoint. Number two, if you want to play like a duck, then you're gonna quack like one, so to speak. And I think that's what they did to her, put her in her place. And as a result, that's what ended up happening to her. I honestly feel that way. So I started off the reading one way, and then it ended up trickling over to something else. So saying that to say is, I feel like it's an investigation that's going to be happening in a lot of these entertainment industries. Like could very well have some oversight and overseen by, some police task forces or what have you, in regards to things that are transpiring right now. Okay, so I am going to close out this daily reading for today, but I do thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Please no inappropriate questions, comments, or suggestions. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.